I wonder if anybody else goes on live on Facebook. I like Instagram now, but why not check into Facebook real quick? Big community on Facebook. But it's 6 something in the morning. What are you feeding yourself? What are you feeding your kids? Let's talk about that. Let's talk about depression real quick. Let's talk about thinking that your child has ADHD. Let's talk about insomnia. Let's talk about it. I'm walking outside. This is my little me time, my little mental health. I don't even want to call it mental health. It's just me time. Connecting with myself. I almost fell down the hill. There we go. The morning residue. So with that said, your morning residue of insomnia, your morning residue of depression, your morning residue of eating bad. A lot of people, and I don't even want to talk about who messaged me personally, throughout the day, but you guys know it. You know when you eat bad. Forget about food. You know when you're not on the right path back to yourself or to loving yourself. You know you don't. And I was there, obviously, because I didn't have the tools, because I thought life was supposed to be this way. And so many people, they want you to be a robot. Society wants you to be a robot. The government, I don't care if they block me and take this down, they want you to be a robot. They want you to do exactly what they tell you to do. Even with jobs. When you have a job, they want you to be a robot. They want you to do what they say. Hey, take the broom, sweep the floor in this rotation, and it has to be done this way, and it creates so much stress, right? And it creates so much pressure. I remember working in the jail life. I would sit back and I would be like, this company doesn't appreciate you putting your life on the line. They don't. I don't care what anybody says in corrections, they don't. And, people always, and I'm going to apply this to every job, they always have something better to do. You can respond to a situation and there's 10 people, well, I could have did it this way. I could have did it this way. Not once people, hey, are you okay? It's like, a couple people that have some common sense. They'll ask you, hey, are you okay? But after you, put your life on the line, you got all this paperwork to do. It's all about politics. It's all about paperwork. It's all about lawsuits. It's all about that. And people, especially every job, and I can just speak from my experience from this job and what I've seen, my 36 years, is people don't care. They don't care. People don't care about how you feel. People don't care if you sleep at night. Like, shout out to anyone that actually does care, that 1% or that 2% that actually, hey, are you okay? Rather than judge. There's so many people that judge people. Like, he's not a good employee. What if he don't like the job? What if he don't like the job? I know the biggest thing for me was I cared so much about all the jobs I had because, that was the American dream. Care about your job. Give it your all. Stop and shop. Give it my all. I remember that. Give it my all. Give it my all here. And then you realize, I can't leave this job to my family. As soon as I retire, from this job, when I thought about, when I made the decision to leave corrections, I was like, I leave this job, I get a pension. Okay. But I'm basically sacrificing my happiness for money. We're not supposed to do that. For healthcare that I feel is corrupted. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. That's not in alignment with my life. That's not even in my practices. So what am I doing here? And this, ask yourself at your job. And I'm not saying everyone, dislikes their job. We're talking about morning residue right now. You could like your job, but does your job like you? Does your job appreciate you? You could be the hardest working person. You just sweat it. Whew, I put all these boxes. You could work in a warehouse. I put all these boxes straight. I mean, are you Are you going to get a raise? Could you leave that job to your family? Do people actually really care? You're just a robot. A lot of the jobs at the end of the day, I'm not knocking any jobs that actually care about their employees. I'm not knocking any job that actually, if you were coworkers that actually care about you. I'm not talking about this because that doesn't resonate. I don't need people in the comments arguing, well, my job, nobody cares. I'm just talking about if you're in a job that you're unfulfilled in and you don't feel like your hard work or putting your life on the line is actually benefiting you, start taking a residue of that job and reevaluate it. Like, I've seen so many times, like, even like passing by cops, like they put their lives on the line, but it's paperwork after, it's just like, oh my goodness, you did whatever, you saved somebody's life, okay, but they don't know the trauma that happens. Even like working in a fast food restaurant, I remember growing up, I used to see people like working at McDonald's, back when I didn't understand food. I just understood what people said. Hey, you got to eat 3 times a day. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Whatever you eat, pancakes, eggs, you got to, there's the protein. You got to get your, you got to eat the biggest meal of the day is supposed to be breakfast, which was a lie. You're supposed to go to college. You're supposed to you get married, have kids, all this American dream. But to me, that's just control. It's control to make everyone the same. So everyone has the same dream. Everyone has the same dream. We all got to do the same thing. We all got to go to college. If you don't go to college, this happens. If you have a kid, this happens. And it's like, even with people that have kids, when they see somebody be successful, like, oh my goodness, you got kids so young, but look how successful you are. But why are we celebrating that? Why are we celebrating? Why having a kid so young is automatically defeat? Is automatically, oh, she's gonna struggle. Like, everyone has a journey, everyone has a timeline. And to me, we all don't have the same purpose. We all don't have the same dream. So it's like, why do we have to do things according to what everyone else wants us to do? Why do we have to have the same American dream? Why do we have to have the same weight loss routine? Why do we have to have the same breakfast? And it's not the same. So here's your morning residue. If you don't like a job and it's not in alignment with your life and you don't feel appreciated, walk away from it. Don't sit there in survival and say, hey, well, I need the money. Because if you need money, you're always going to need money. What you do is you need happiness. You need purpose. When you create that, everything else is going to be taken care of, okay? I don't believe in modern medicine. I don't care what nobody says. Everyone that knows me knows I don't. I can go deep into another conversation about that. Or if somebody can message me personally, we can have it. I'm just reading the comments. And breakfast in the morning, if everybody's feeding their kids right now, I'm gonna get off of the work thing. But if you love your job, good. If you don't love your job, figure out what to do, especially with these mandated, they probably gonna delete this thing, mandated vaccines right now. That's terrible on every level. I think that's so wrong. I've seen, I don't want to get into it because I don't feel like my inbox blowing up. Actually, I don't care. So everybody that knows me knows I don't care. But you put essential workers into the most messed up environment, not caring about anything, just trying to, do what I've said. You just do the legal stuff. Oh, hey, Laura. Okay. So they try to make you take these vaccines. Let me just abbreviate it. Well, I already said it. But I seen essential workers like packed and they just do legal stuff. Especially, in my old job. Can't fire me now. But they, we're jam-packed in a little bathroom room. And they wanted to take, COVID test every week. And then they're exposing us as much. I don't believe in, if you're sick, obviously I always check in what kind of food you're eating. Are you boosting your immune system? I'm not too worried. I'm the same person. I'm like, I'm not worried. I'm fine. I know how to heal myself. But I'm worried for people that don't know how to heal themselves. So I'm sitting in the room and I'm getting upset about it. And I'm like, how are they trying to prevent COVID? They're being hypocrites. And this is to any job. You're being hypocrites. You're walking around with a mask on, but you're stuffing us in a room. You know, what is the mask going to prove? Are you sitting there checking everybody's mask to make sure it's clean? People walking around with dirty masks, you know, at the time. But I don't want to get into that because there's a lot of stuff I don't believe. But people just doing stuff for legal stuff. And then you put people, essential workers, in the worst case scenarios, and then lay people off, and they get more money than the essential workers. Not one essential worker that I know, unless you guys know, actually benefited from the COVID. You know, COVID, whatever is COVID, they benefited from it. I didn't see no bonuses. I didn't see no, what did you guys give parties? I seen parties with the same things that are causing sickness. Hey, we're gonna throw a pizza party. I don't want cow pus. I don't want the same thing that's making everyone sick given to me. Oh, we're gonna have donuts. Oh, hey guys, we're gonna go to this. Stop celebrating with food that causes diseases. And that's what they're doing. Like, I don't want a bagel. I don't want sugar. I don't want all that glucose. Like, I don't want that. Start understanding stuff. And people don't understand. They're just so selfish in a bad way. And everything is legal. Everything is legal. Everything is about money. Everything is about getting sued. So basically, to me, the government was like, F you, essential workers. Everybody's job was like, we just got to get the legals, make sure we don't shut down, you know. So it's like, F you, we don't care how you feel. We'll give you 14 days off, but we're not going to give you more than that because, you know, you got to figure it out yourself. And jobs don't care. Hospitals don't care. My mom was in the worst positions. She had to get a vaccine because my mom eats like shit. So she, no matter what I say to my mother, no matter what I say to my father, no matter what I say to my family, people are going to eat what they're used to. When I say, hey, Ma, have some quinoa. Hey, Ma, have some hemp milk. Hey, Ma, hey, Dad, why don't you try this? They're not going to do it because they're conditioned. They think when I'm eating, I love my mother and father, they'll be watching this. They think when I'm eating, my uncles, everybody is like different. They're like, you know, I grew up with my uncle eating pizza all day, playing video games. Ramen noodles with my dad because when my mom was at work, or you know the worst type of foods. And we grew up with that. But my mom gets sick, you know, sometimes, you know, the normal sickness, whatever everybody gets. And I'm like, Ma, you got to change your food. My sister, she's coughing her lungs out on my couch yesterday. I think I'm dying. I can't breathe. I love you, Lauren, but it's the truth. And I'm looking at her and she got Big Y, or Stop and Shop, I think it was Stop and Shop, cream soda. She always does it when she was a kid, but she cracks it a little bit and, like, you know, drinks it like that. And I'm like, that's what's making you sick right now. She was like, no, I don't think it's the food. I'm looking at her, Lauren, it is the food. She was like, no. And then yesterday, my girlfriend made her some tea. And she was like, you know, some herbal tea, some herbs from my cabinet. She's, oh my God, I feel so much better. She just went out. She was a brand new person, just boom, boom. I was like, oh, you fine now? She's like, yeah, the tea really helped. And I'm looking at her. I was like, you know it's the food, right? She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, I'm like, then what is it, Lauren? What is it? But, you know, she's young. She has to learn. I mean, a lot of us don't know. Just like a lot of us don't know that we don't like our job. I didn't know I didn't like my job. I was in here like, all right, I'm just going to sacrifice it. I got to suck it up every day. Just, all right, Nikki, woosah. Go in here, you know, these people, 95% of them are toxic. They don't like you. You don't care because you know you an asshole. Just go in here, do your job. But then I was like, I don't want to be an asshole. I'd rather just be authentic. I'd rather be full of integrity. And I don't want to be an asshole. I don't want to wear armor all the time and be like, I don't want to carry that, because when I carry that at work, I carry that into my personal life, and that's unhealthy. So did I really love my job, or was I just corrupted by the American dream, what I had to do? I went to college. I learned nothing. I went to high school. I learned Abraham Lincoln was a slave owner, or, you know, I learned a lot about lies of American history. Like, I was like, wait a minute, I thought they said this. Like, that's not the truth. And then I'm looking back at all the texts, and especially diving deep into my African culture. And I'm like, wow, everything's a lie, even astrology. You know, I knew that way back, but I'm just telling you guys, like, wow, crystals. Because you always think, and I'm not trying to offend nobody. Listen, I'm black and white, so there you go. But I'm not trying to offend nobody, but we always looked at, when I was a kid, I always looked at the white people did this, white people did that. They introduced this. Oh my goodness, plant life was this, but it wasn't. It was stolen. Just like everything was stolen, and it's controlled. Hey, we're going to steal this, but we're going to control it now. It's just like with the herbal medicine. It's still banned, but I don't know why it's banned. Everything in nature is going to help you cure. You want to leave your job and you're not feeling alignment with it because you're struggling with money? Connect with yourself. And how do you connect with yourself? I talk about it all the time. Starts with food, starts with journaling, starts with the root work, starts with the root problem. Once you get out of your own way, everything else makes sense. It's that yellow brick road just lights up and you're like, wow, this job doesn't appreciate me. I don't make enough money. Forget that. And back to like what I was talking about with the vaccines. So many people just a couple weeks ago, they were like, yo, I really love my job. And I'm like, good, I'm happy for you. You know, that must be your purpose. This week, whole nother thing. Hey, Gigi, if you can come in early, let me know. I gotta go to the grocery store. But now they're like, wow, I'm gonna quit my job because they're forcing me to get a vaccine. And I'm just like, oh, control, exactly what I'm talking about. That morning residue, let's get that morning residue out, but it's control. And it's like, hey, you gotta get this vaccine or you're gonna get fired. What, fired? I've been in this job for 20 years. So you want me to put things in my body I don't even know what's in, but I'm just trusting you as the government to put in my body? Like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Because why? Because I need money, because I need this, and I'm living in survival, aka I'm just living in survival. So you might as well say, hey, I need this job, I'm gonna put that in my body because I'm surviving. So if that job, if it's a wake-up call for you guys, I had a lot of people, it's a wake-up call for you, and it's like, hey Nikki, I know you're a great employee. You did great. You're the best of the best. I know you got employee of the month every month, and X, Y, and Z, but you got to get this vaccine or we have to terminate you. Like, how does that sound? So you walk into your job and you have two choices. If you really don't want to get this, don't. That might be a sign to walk away from the job that you really don't like. You get what I'm saying? But I don't want to be having people going on strike. Like, I'm not going to do it because Nikki said it. Not saying that's going to happen, because I'm really low right now. Not low, but you know what I'm saying. I'm not on a platform to give people that. But living your purpose. Stop living in survival. Stop taking stuff that you don't know. Anything that goes in my body, I want to know about. Straight up. Like, I went to the dentist. I talk to people all the time. They try to give me fluoride. I don't want fluoride, and they just looked at me like I was crazy. Why? Because you're a doctor and you're supposed to know more than me. Why do you think you know more than me? Because you're a doctor? No, I don't want fluoride, and this is the reason why. If I go to the doctor, it's like, hey, you're gonna get a vaccine? No, I don't want a vaccine. Why? Why am I at the doctors? Because they made us go to the doctors because they said we got to check out all these things. If we don't go to the doctors and get our regular checkups, they're going to charge us, an extra $100 a month. So that's why I'm here. But, oh, your health, look, everything's great. What have you been doing? Oh, my goodness, your heart rate's so great. What have you been doing? Healing my body. When I say healing, I'm healing from the toxins, and breaking the toxins of eating ramens when I was a kid, having McDonald's, having Burger King. I'm just removing all that toxic waste from my body, and then I'm changing my mindset. And I'm changing my mindset from not living in survival anymore, and I'm living in purpose. I see my mother, I see my father, they work, they lived in survival to take care of us. But seeing them now that I'm older, my dad's about to retire, and my mom's actually passed one of her tests and doing a job that she actually is happy to do, because she can move anywhere, she can transfer anywhere in the world and do it. And it's like, wow, they're finally living in their purpose. Yeah, we grew up, but if my mom and my dad had the tools that they had now when we were young, when they were young, listen, things will be different. So right now, I don't care if you got 5 kids. I don't care if you're struggling right now, you on food stamps. I don't care. You can still live in purpose. Money does not make you live in purpose. You figure out how to get out of survival, you start living in purpose. That's it. And food, you don't have to stop shopping at Walmart unless they got the seeded watermelon, because it's the only place that be holding seeded watermelon. But start shopping at farmers markets. Start getting connected with food in the area. Start getting connected. Just research. Just like you guys, everybody goes on Facebook and trying to figure out who dating who or what's going on with who, or yes girl, the same way. The same energy that you put into this phone late at night on the toilet is the same energy that you could put into doing your own research. My healing is not your healing. My purpose is not your purpose. You can't do everything that I do. You're gonna have to tweak it, but like, okay, Nikki did this or her clients did this, it's gonna work for me. No, because you can ask every one of my clients, they're on a separate journey. Each one of them has a different journey. You come train with me, even if it's class, everyone's doing something different. Why? Because everyone has work to do. Everyone has, a purpose. Everyone has a strength. Everyone has a weakness, and everybody brings it out. It's just like that one person in class that brings the energy. It's that one person in class that, or at work, you can apply it, that brings everybody down. That one person that makes everybody laugh. Like, everyone has a purpose. Not everyone has a survival. And the best movie that I've seen that shows survival versus purpose is Soul. And I showed it a couple months ago with my clients, my tribe, and I told them, I was like, what did you get from this? And we had a big discussion, a little tear shed, but it's true. It's like, which one do you want to live? You want to live in survival? You want to live in purpose? And a lot of people are living in survival. So this is this morning residue before I wrap up and go back to the gym. But wake up in the morning. Don't grab your phone. Morning residue. Let's not add to the residue. Let's not add to it. I woke up. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. I was tossing and turning because I have insomnia. I'm not talking about me. I'm just talking about hypothetical. I have insomnia. Okay, why do you have insomnia? Well, what did you do? Well, I watched Grey's Anatomy. I was on my phone, because I couldn't sleep. Okay, right then and there. What did you eat? Well, I didn't really eat anything. I just had, I don't know, I had a protein shake before I went to bed. Okay, right there. Right there. Oh, Nikki, what do you mean? All right. Let's produce melatones. Let's take the blue light away from your face at night. After 8 o'clock, you should probably put your phone down. Put the phone down. All right. Sugar, protein powder, I'm not into all that. It's a while back I was, but learning more, and I'm like, what was I doing? Like, so embarrassed. But it's okay. Everything is growing. Just like I'm here to help you guys out. It's feed your body the fuel that it needs. All right, start understanding food. Start understanding what you need to eat at night so it won't keep you up. Keep your, and it's producing melatonin so you can go to bed. Get off your phone. Go to sleep. Listen to meditation music. Listen to white noise in the background. Put the phone down. Turn the TV off, especially those depression shows. I tell people all the time, whatever you want to cling to with TV, that's how you're feeling. Everything is a reflection. So you watch the Grey's Anatomy. I'm so sad Derek died. And then you go to bed with that energy, and then you're eating sugar. And I'm not talking about fruit. I'm talking about sugar. You're eating it before you go to bed. Then you wonder why you can't sleep. And then you wake up, and you don't pour into yourself before you pour into your job. You don't pour into yourself before you pour into your kids. You don't wake up. When you wake up, what do? You're probably complaining about your life. You're like, here I go to this job. Or, why am I sleeping next to him? Or I don't really want to be with her. And then you wake up, the kids are awake, but you just get up, give praise, be humble, be grateful, say your prayers before you grab your phone. Because I know if you got a healthy digestive system, you should be going to the bathroom. Before you grab your phone, give praise to yourself, to your life, and whatever you believe in. Honor it. Give yourself a little 5 minutes, even if it's a minute you have. Breathe. If you have to go to work at 6 a.m, get up at 4 a.m. Pour into yourself. Work out. Shout out to the 5 a.m. tribe that was here. I'm not even looking at the comments right now. But, 5 a.m. class. Come in. Honor yourself. Love yourself. Pour into yourself. When you pour into yourself, you go into work. You know what work is. Like when I worked at the jail, I know it's a depressing environment, but I'd rather be the one happy. Ooh, what's going on? Fire. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. I'd rather that energy rather than carrying my morning residue into the job, because I'm just adding to the fire of the energy, and I don't want to be that. I want to be above that. I want to be above it, and it's okay to be above it. You deserve it. It's okay. Be bougie. So what? Yeah, I deserve it. I deserve to be happy every day. So with that morning residue, stop giving your kids cereal in the morning. Stop giving them those juice boxes in the morning. Stop giving them waffles in the morning. Stop giving them eggs and all that stuff in the morning. That's not good. Teach your kids how to make a smoothie. And I'm not saying a smoothie with dairy, cow pus, and stuff like that. Have a fruit smoothie. Have them blend a whole bunch of berries together, strawberries, blueberries, blend it together with some spring water. You guys get out of that tap water and stop putting things on the faucet and trying to whatever, unless you got the highest system. But I ain't going to get into that. Have them blend it up. Teach them how to use the blender. It's a fun thing. Look, blend with your ice cubes. Make sure it's the same water you drink for the ice cubes, okay? Put it in there. Blend it all together. Have a banana, have any kind of fruit smoothie with them. Have a green smoothie with them. Give them a fruit bowl. Make them an acai bowl. Have fun. And you'll notice a big change with your children, especially in school, especially how they act, especially in their sleep patterns and stuff like that. Like you're wondering why your kids are like, doom, 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 off the wall. It's because look what you're feeding them. Look what you're feeding them. And the same thing that you feed yourself, feed your kids. If you're out here, and I say it all the time, if you're out here eating healthy and your kids are not, shame on you. Shame on you. It's the same thing. Just if you're eating a green smoothie and you giving your kids Lucky Charms because they want Lucky Charms, shame on you. The kid want Lucky Charms because you introduced them to Lucky Charms. Or it's not you. Somebody around you introduced them to Lucky Charms, but teach them. If they knew Lucky Charms from dad's house, but they learned green smoothies from your house, that's perfect. Now they know a balance. So now when they grow up, when they're growing up, they're learning how to live in purpose rather than survival. And then you're breaking a lot of diseases that's happening. You're breaking chronic disease. You're breaking high blood pressure in the family. You're breaking cancer in the family. You're breaking all these things. Why? Because you nipped it in the butt. At an early age, you're realizing that ramen noodles aren't great. Boxed juices, a lot of times ain't that great. I want to say 99% of the time, I gotta go to the store and check. I'm just gonna read some boxed juices, but it's not it. It's Lucky Charms in the morning, Frosted Flakes in the morning with cow pus is not it. And I don't care if you guys switch to plant-based milks. Turn it around. Make sure it's not a lot of chemicals in there, because, everything is controlled. Everything's a business. Medical is a business. The jail is a business. You got to remember, everywhere you going to work, it's a business. It's a business. The truth is free. The truth is free, and the truth gets blocked. And if you're walking around feeling like you're depressed, start understanding what gets you out of depressed. I know for a lot of times, especially in like the treatment side, hey, you're depressed, here's some meds. What do you mean? You don't want to hear my problems? It just sounds like you're depressed. I think the court needs you to take these. Like, what do you mean? You want to control me? It's like that, almost like that show Manifest I was watching, where it was like zapping the people to like control them, whatever, take from what they want. But it's like, here, we're going to control you. And it's like, no, why don't you teach people that walnuts are full of fatty acids? It helps with and it helps with depression. Why don't you teach people that St. John's wort is actually is an herb. It's actually a plant. It's an herb that helps with depression, and people take it over the counter. The FDA obviously doesn't approve it because it's holistic and it's a natural medicine, but take that. Take that. It helps with depression. People take it. You know how seasonal depression, SAD, people have seasonal depression. Okay, every winter I'm sad. I'm sad, or I go into the winter blues. Okay, St. John's wort. Look it up, guys. If you don't believe me, take it. You take it. It's like a little yellow flower. Obviously, I'm not telling you eat the flower, but they make it a little easier for you to take in teas and a little supplement capsule forms. And I'm trying to think. They have St. John Bush is another one that helps with female hormone levels. Walnuts, they're always trying to push fish oil on people. Just eat some walnuts, guys. Just have some walnuts. Walnuts are great for you. I'm trying to think what else. Have your green leafy vegetables. If you go on Google right now and you have what foods help with depression, they put eggs, they put meat, they put all this stuff. And I'm like, that's not true. That's not true. They have carrots on there. I'm like, okay, you got hybrid stuff in there, but what about the green leafy vegetables? A lot of people are like, Nikki, I don't like green leafy vegetables. Well, you should. You know, even chocolate. I know a lot of you guys like chocolate, but do you know where chocolate, they're like, oh yeah, chocolate's a plant. Cacao is the plant, and cacao is full of antioxidant. Cacao actually helps boost a lot in your body. You're going to say, especially your immune system. And cacao is good. If you have cacao, the little beans, put them in your put them in your blender. If your blender can handle it, put it in your blender. I make myself like chocolate milk like that. I make me a little smoothie. You know, sometimes I make chocolate hemp milk with it. They have the powder form. Make sure it's just what it says. There's no added ingredients. You could take that. Get the dark chocolate. Love yourself. Boost your immune system. And what I'm gonna wrap up and say before I look at the comments is how to love yourself and how to get that morning residue and depression that you claim and ADHD that you think your child has, and insomnia. It starts with loving yourself. It starts with doing the root work. Why do I feel this way? Write it down. Okay, I can't sleep at night. Write why down. Write down, what do I do at night? My routine. How do I eat? And it's all connected. Do the root problem. And while you're doing the root work, I'm talking about the root work. I'm not talking about the surface where I'm going to mask it. I'm going to put a smile on my face. I'm going to fake a smile right now, even though I'm dying inside. No. Let's clean the root. Get real ugly. Go to work. Why are you crying? I'm crying because I'm doing root work. Mind your business. That's the problem in the world. Mind your business. I'm crying because I'm doing root work. Do your root work. Clean the root out so everything else can glow. And that way you're untouchable with anything. And you're not claiming depression. You're not claiming that your child has ADHD. You're not claiming all insomnia or claiming all this low vibrational things about yourself. You're not beating yourself up with words like, hey, I have all this negative stuff. Now I'm cleaning the root. I'm cleaning the gut. Food is vibration. Food is energy, just like money is energy. If I want to be rich in abundance, I'm not going to have low vibrational foods. I'm just not. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm full of life. I'm so happy. You ain't gonna see me in Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru. I used to, long time ago. I'm like, let me just get this, because I was settling, I was surviving. And then I'm like, no, why? I'm not. Get me out of here. I ain't surviving. I don't want no fake coffee. I don't want where America runs on Dunkin'. Yeah, y'all can run on that. I'm not running on that. And then y'all going to Starbucks. I'm obsessed with coffee. Yeah, because that's what they want you to do. Be obsessed with coffee. It's a business. Why don't you start getting obsessed with tea? It's so many healing properties. You guys have asthma out there. A lot of people have asthma. Have mullein leaf. Nikki, what is mullein leaf? See, you know what Starbucks favorite drinks out there, or new drinks out there, but you don't know what mullein leaf is to heal your lungs. You're spending $250 on an asthma pump or more than that, or like a big asthma system. But you're the same person having McDonald's. You're the same person in Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, and then be like, I got asthma. You got asthma because of the food you eat, and you keep having the same stuff that your body says no, that causes a lot of disease. But let me stop, because I'm just on my brain page. But clean your gut. I'm gonna layer it out for you guys right here. Do the root work, and while you're doing the root work, heal the body. And how you heal it? With food and journaling and connecting with yourself. And when you connect with yourself, you start hearing your purpose. And when you hear your purpose, a lot of people. And when you start being grateful for everything that you have and stop self-sabotaging, stop putting a mask on, you start noticing your circle get smaller, and you start thinking, wow, I thought they loved me. They just went away, because truth gets exposed when you take the mask off, right? You got to take your mask off, take your blinders off, like, wow, this ain't my table no more. Let me move to another table. Why? Because you want to live in high vibrations. And if you're not in high vibrations and you're around a lot of people with low vibration, they beating themselves up, and you're like, hey girl, I was there last month, but I did the root work. Let me grab your hand. And they're like, no. Who do you think you are? You know, you're just happy because X, Y, and Z. Be like, okay, leave her there. Bye. She ain't ready. She's not ready. Or they're not ready. Leave people, love people where they are. Show people where to go, and they make a true choice where to go. They make a choice if they want to live in survival or they want to live for purpose. You know, and I don't care what nobody says. You don't live for your kids. You live kind of like, how I want to say it, through your kids. Your kids are watching you. My sisters are watching me. my friends are watching me. Why? Because we're tools to help in life. You know, you have that one employee, you go do like job training. Let me apply this to life. And you're like, all right, they showed me how to do the job. I'm not going to do it like them. And then you have another person that you do like a shadowing for the job. And you're like, ooh, I like the way they train. So that, let's say that's a mom and dad aspect, or that's, you know, about me. You like one part of me, but you don't like one part of me. It's okay. You apply it to your life and you take it and you're like, I like what Nikki did. I'm going to do this. Okay, I didn't like what she did, so I'm going to do it this way. And that's purpose. That's how you find your purpose. Make sure I don't fall up this hill like I did last time. I slipped down a residue, but it was good because it was a topic of our discussion. So love yourself. Like I always says, get in tune. Nobody want to hear your sad story anymore, because the sad story is the same sad story that everybody got. Every zombie in this life got. I'm sad. Okay. I'm depressed. Okay. I'm this. Okay. My kids did this. Okay. You sound like everyone else in this world. And I'm not insensitive. I'm just real. I'm not here to coddle anybody. And because coddling enables people. I had people coddle me in my life. Like, it's okay, Nikki. No, it's not okay. I'm tired of feeling this way. I don't want to be in this job. I don't want to do this. And I just broke through my purpose. And, you know, back in the day, you know, when, you know, being gay was shunned upon, you know, I even thought about it. I used to be like, you carpet muncher to people, even though I was like, I think I'm gay. I think I am. I don't know, because I'm treated like a robot and society wants me to be this way. But oh my goodness, I must be going to hell. And then I just, one day, and this is how I want you guys to adopt things in life. One day I was just like, fuck everybody. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Don't care what you think about me. Hey, you. I don't care what you think about me. And I was like, one day I was like, I don't care if I have no friends. I don't care if I'm homeless. I don't care. I can't take this mask anymore. And I start living in my purpose. And if I felt that way as a kid, and shout out to everyone that's younger, that's out, you know, and that gay, hey, we paved the way for you guys. Don't ever forget that. We paved the way, because it wasn't easy when I was growing up. So, you know, you in your teens and you walking around gay, you should look at the older people like, thank you. But anyways, I can go deeper in that conversation, because if for everybody, generation, ancestors, thank them every day. Get up and thank them, you know, especially, you know, everything that's going on. Like slavery was not too long ago, guys. Remember that. We don't have to suffer with that, but you just remember, just thank people that break the way, you know, helped you. Even with food, thank Dr. Sabi for helping people. He's just not the only one. It's different, you know, self-taught holistic doctors out there. Thank them for paving the way, for helping us, exposing us back to the roots. Honestly. But back to what I was saying, I just was like, I don't give a care. And I don't care if nobody likes me. I don't care. I have to live my truth. And I didn't even know what my truth was. I didn't even had a lot of gay friends, nothing. I was just like, I don't know what it is, but I'm living my purpose. And I applied that in my life from that point on, and every day towards it. And I was like, if it worked there, it's gonna work for the rest of my life. So like, even with this video, I don't care who disagrees with me or not. It's my truth. If it resonates with you, it does. You know, great. If it doesn't, okay, great. And you know, you keep living in your truth. When I left my job, I was living in my truth. I'm living in my truth now. Being there was living in survival. And I was like, I don't want to survive no more. I have this heaviness feeling like I felt when I was a kid. And right from a kid, I was like, hey, I had a mantra. My mantra was, everything happens for a reason. Then my mantra changed to, if I get through this, I can get through anything. That was my resistance. When I did the root work, it went back to everything happens for a reason. Just trust the process, trust the flow. So, Ehfarfit, everything happens for a reason. And I live that life. So when people stress, even when I catch myself, when I'm overworking myself and I'm like a little stressed, I'm going, Nikki, everything happens for a reason. Relax. So with that said, guys, stop feeding yourself low vibrational foods. Stop feeding your kids low vibrational foods. Stop blaming everyone for your problems. Take off your mask. Take that morning residue off. And that residue, I mean all the lies you keep telling yourself. Take it off. Shake it off. Tomorrow's not a new day. You could change in 2 seconds. When I walked down the street, I was mad. I was, I'm just hypothetically, I'm this, I'm that. I went in another street. New life. It can happen that simple. You're not in control of your life, because I believe, like I said, everything happens for a reason, but you're in control of your emotions. If you don't want to be mad, don't be mad. If you don't want to be sad, don't be sad. Just feed the vibration that you want to feel. Okay, I want to be happy, so feed it happiness. Don't be like, all right, chocolate cake, this is what makes me happy, Nikki. No, feed it high vibrational foods. Be around people that are high vibration. Put yourself in a position, in a job that's high vibration. If your kid doesn't like their school, ask them why they don't like the school. It could be low vibration for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, stop trying to control. But I'm going to stop because I'm on my rampage. I'm going to read the messages. That's my god brother, Jason. Love you too. I don't even know what I look like. Let me see. Do I care? Nope. Listen, be your own real estate agent. Like, I remember, I'm talking to Laura. Hey, Laura. Like, there's so many people out here. I keep saying so many people, but it's, you're looking at the boss. This is what I saw. I saw a quote online. It was like, your boss would never have you make enough money to live next to them. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's so true. And that is true. You're never gonna make enough money to live next to your boss. And 99% of the jobs, right? So figure out if you want, like, that job, you want that position, you love your job, right? You love your job. And let's just take it to the real estate, right? You're working for a real estate agency. Figure out how to make your own. While you're there, because you're in alignment with your life, because you like properties, you love selling, maybe you got a little OCD, you like real estate, or just in alignment with your life, right? Figure out what to do. You don't have to use anybody, but you're there, you're building your foundation, you're doing the root work, and then make your own real estate company. You don't have to be a slave to working for somebody else. And yes, I said slave because I just feel like, be your own boss. Sovereignty. You guys Google it if you don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, be your own boss. I like that. Your own real estate agent. Hey, I'm for it. I'll send people your way, Laura. Believe in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, who's gonna believe in yourself? I remember people were like, to me, they were like, Nikki, you sure you want to quit your job? Yes, but anybody that knows me, when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna be successful with it, they know I'm gonna be successful. No, I got that. Anybody that worked in corrections with me, they know me. They would go into battle with me because I was confident in everything that I've done, everything that I do. If I messed up, hey, I'm the first one. Yes, I messed up. Yeah, it was terrible. Yep, I deserve everything. Yep, I'm crying because of everything. But then again, it's like you always keep growing. You keep growing as a people. And I remember I had conversations, and I remember people would tell me, like they made me feel like I'll be nothing in life. And those people right there, you stay away from. Like, hey, I'm always supposed to accept it. Hey, you messed up 5 years ago, so you're always gonna be in this. So you telling me I'm gonna be a prisoner for 5 years because of a mistake that I was growing from 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 20 years ago? It could apply to anybody else. So I'm always gonna be a prisoner. I'm always gonna be that. And that's why you're supposed to love people for where they are in their journey. You could be mad at somebody that did you wrong, or whatever they did to the most extreme. Like, people that did the worst to me, I don't care, because if I take that out of my timeline, I don't think I would be where I am today. So it's like, you can't be mad at you. Hey, you still hate me? Hate what? What happened? Like, man, I'm past that. Give people chances. Too many people don't give people chances. They just hold them for what they are. Just like, even like, you know, let's say you're growing up as a young couple, and you know the guy or the girl, you know, while the baby was 3 years old, he was terrible, boom boom, in and out of jail, whatever, terrible. But now 10 years later, he actually got his life together, but you're still holding him or her at that low vibration. Nah, you know they a fuck up. 10 years ago they was. Now they got their own company, now they got their own real estate business, now they're married and they got 3 other kids. Like, everybody's a reflection of you. Just because you can't get out of your own way, just because you are in low vibrations, just because you are putting yourself in a prison, doesn't mean everybody else. So shout out to everyone that keeps growing, you know, that learns from their mistakes and then break through. You know, is it a mistake? Mistakes are just learning processes. It's just learning throughout the way. Everybody's not perfect, but you can be. Why? You be like, ha, that didn't work. That wasn't good. I don't like how I responded. That was terrible. That was terrible. Let's try it. When this situation presents itself again, let's do better. Oh, I failed. Damn it. All right. I'm gonna do better next time. So. All right. I'll just read in the comments, but love yourself. Gigi, if you can come early, let me know. Let me see. I don't know if somebody texted. But love yourself. Take the morning residue off. If you want anything in this life, just do it and you'll feel your alignment. Do the root work, get the morning residue off. Stop feeding your kids toxins, stop feeding yourself toxins, stop watching toxic shows, stop having low vibrational toxic conversations, stop listening to YouTube channels or podcasts that just keeps you in the frequency that you're trying to get out of. Like, get inspired by something. Don't stop self-sabotaging, start self-loving. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna walk back to the gym. That was my morning residue. I love you guys, as always. Enjoy life. Life's not hard. You make it hard with ego. Peace.